Welcome. This is my first live stream on the channel. I was sorry to keep y'all waiting. If any of y'all were waiting on me, I don't know for sure. This is my first live stream on the channel. Hopefully more to come after this. But let's just get right into my point here. What we're going to be talking about today. Well, if you didn't watch my video that I posted about an hour and a half ago, which was on the DeAndre Hopkins trade to the Arizona Cardinals, which is possibly the worst trade ever. Go watch that now because you will want to know my feedback on that because you may get confused as to why I'm talking about it. But anyways, first live stream on the channel. More to come, like I said. And yeah, let's get into it. So the ignorance continues. The Texans' ignorance front office continues. Bill O'Brien has been with this team, has been coaching this team for years. I think his first season was the 2014 season, in which we finished 9-7. Since then, we have basically made the playoffs every year. We didn't make the playoffs that year, unfortunately, but we did. We did the next year, not the year after, and then the next year and the next year. But point is, Bill O'Brien has been coaching this team for years. And never once have I felt like he is a decent coach. Never once have I felt that way about him. Today's an example. If you were confused as to why I said in my video last, we are the new LA Clippers, but worse, well, it's because we are. Because the LA Clippers, a few years back, made Doc Rivers their GM, which is exactly what the Texans did this offseason. That did not work out, and they made him step down from his GM position. The Texans haven't with Bill O'Brien. And what did he do today? What did he show us? That he's an idiot. I think y'all knew that because what Houston fan doesn't know that Bill O'Brien's an idiot? Every Houston fan should know that he's an idiot. I can tell you countless amounts of people that know and do not like Bill O'Brien because he's that big of an idiot. His decisions are stupid, his play calling is stupid, and he's just overall stupid. Not a good coach. Never liked him, ever. Now, him and DeAndre Hopkins have not had the best relationship over the years. But why? When you know that this guy is the best wide receiver in the NFL over all other star wide receivers, why do you trade him to the Cardinals, a team that needs him, but that you shouldn't give to them? Why would you do that? Because it's Bill O'Brien. He takes trades that he sees that are awful. And he says, "Oh, I love that trade. That's the best." That's exactly what he did today. He thought, let's see, if we put Hopkins on trade rumors, what are our offers going to be? Well, the Cardinals say, hey, we'll give you David Johnson, a former top 10 running back, but in the last few years has been prone to injuries and has not been good whatsoever, and a few draft picks. What does Bill O'Brien say? Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love that trade. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. We definitely need a wide receiver. We definitely need a running back because you know Carlos Hyde is just a nobody and he stinks. Let me rephrase that. Carlos Hyde, apparently to Bill O'Brien, is a nobody. How? Carlos Hyde has been our best running back in years since Arian Foster. Lamar Miller stinks. He's not a good running back anymore. He's a bust. So why, of all people, do you go after David Johnson? You could have gone after Larry Fitzgerald. You could have swapped wide receiver for wide receiver, which would have been awesome. Because now the Cardinals have Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins. If they still have Larry Fitzgerald. I can't even remember if they have Larry Fitzgerald or not. But you could have done that if they do have Larry Fitzgerald. Why didn't you just go after him? It probably would have still been not that good of a trade because Larry Fitzgerald is older and he's not as good. But that would have made me a lot happier. But instead we get David Johnson, who's no good anymore. It's not his fault, but he's no good anymore. Because he's prone to injury. Exactly. It's been a crazy day. Crazy day. I personally hate this trade. As I said before, it's not a good trade at all. I've gotten in contact with relatives about it. They've said the same thing. It's a trash trade, and they don't understand why they did it either. When I got the news this morning, I was devastated. I love DeAndre Hopkins. I love the way he plays. But apparently, it's all about Bill. It's all about Bill O'Brien, with the front office. Whatever Bill wants to do, yeah. Oh, we're just gonna sit here and drink some Coke. You just manage the team, Bill. Love you, man. Yeah, apparently that's like what they think of Bill O'Brien. They just love him so much, and I don't understand why. Because Bill O'Brien is not a good coach. How do you? It's like they look up to this guy. You're talking about a guy who was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots a few years ago, who yelled at Tom Brady when Tom Brady was basically the boss. How do you look up to that guy? How? You're his boss and you look up to him? They love him. They absolutely love him. And I don't understand it. Why do they love him? I don't understand. They let him make these stupid decisions. They don't fire him. And they just let him trade DeAndre Hopkins. Why? Why did you let him trade DeAndre Hopkins? Our front office just says, Bill, I'm going to go with you on that because you're like the smartest guy I know. You're the smartest guy, Bill O'Brien. You're the best coach in the NFL. Nope. Not one Houston fan has ever said the words, or not any Houston fan that I know has ever said the words, Bill O'Brien is a good coach. Who's going to say that? So why is our front office kissing Bill O'Brien's butt and not firing him? Why? Why? Also, my big question, why did you confirm this trade? Why? Why? Why would you confirm a trade that would send your best player to a bad team for bad players? For bad thing. Bad things. How? 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 I don't understand. How? Well, I'll tell you how. It's the Texans. This team does not have a good front office. They've never been known to have a good front office because their front office is full of butt kissers. Now, you know, our owner died last season, Bob McNair. Um, which was very sad and very sad. But since he's been gone, things in the front office have been absolutely terrible. My big concern, though, as far as Bill O'Brien goes, my big concern, what does this mean for the other players? Deshaun Watson absolutely adored DeAndre Hopkins. Adored him. What do you think he's going to think of this when he comes to practice a day from now and finds out, or maybe he already found out, finds out that DeAndre Hopkins, his best bud, just got traded to a bad team for nothing? What's he going to say to Bill O'Brien? There are three options of what he could say to Bill O'Brien. Number one, okay, I understand, Bill, which is probably not what he's going to say, because why would he say that? This is an awful trade. Ever. Worst. Number two, I'd like to be traded, please, which I really hope he doesn't say, because then I'm really going to cry. And number three, what did you just do? What did you just do? You're killing this team, which is exactly what he should say. I think that's what he should say to Bill O'Brien. You're killing this team, because he is killing this team. I don't know. We're just gonna have to cope with this. I I'm gonna be grieving for the next few days. It's gonna. I love how I use the word grieve. But we just lost the best wide receiver in the game. But it's the Texans, man. You know they do this. They do this always. They always do this. Give up terrible players for terrible players, and then they give up good players for bad players. Yeah, that's what the Texans do, which is stating the obvious. But this just put. I think this is overall. I'm so mad at this trade. I think this exposes the Texans. That's the good news. I think this has exposed Bill O'Brien. This has exposed the front office. This has exposed the Texans overall. Not the team, not the players, the front office and the GM / head coach. That's what it just exposed. Because this just exposed the fact that they can't be trusted and that they got to go. Everyone around Houston right now is saying that Bill O'Brien needs to go right now. Seriously, go. Get out. Because that's what he needs to do. He needs to go. He needs to get out. Because this team has so much unused talent that they don't know how to control. They don't know how to control their talent. And it's getting to the point where it's unacceptable how we can't get a handle on this talent. And it's because of the coaching staff. Because they're not managing the team well. I promised myself that I wasn't going to do too long of a stream today. There will be more live streams like this one. I'm mostly just going to cut this one short because I am still very saddened by the news of DeAndre Hopkins being traded. I am going to be doing a stream in a few days on the suspension of the NBA / MLB and other tournaments. I'm also going to be talking about the XFL. I haven't talked about that yet, and I need to. There will not be a champion in the first year of the XFL, which stinks because the Houston Roughnecks had the best record. They were undefeated so far this season, and I thought they could probably win the championship in the first year. But we're going to have to see how it goes. So I'm going to cut this one short. Whoever watched, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, Bill O'Brien, for ruining our day. But my message to y'all: just keep swimming, man. Just keep swimming. We got to get past this. I think the Texans can move on. And I think the first step to moving on is firing Bill O'Brien. I think firing Brian Gaine last year was a huge mistake. So that's my message to the Texans. Fire Bill O'Brien. All right. So I'm going to cut it short here. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see y'all later. More streams to come. Once again, Texans trade Hopkins. I'm very sad by this news. All right. I'll see you guys later.